All the links to the original posts are given in the description. So now let's head straight to the video. Hello, amazing viewers. We are thrilled to announce a fantastic addition to our YouTube channel that we've been eagerly working on: channel memberships. Our channel has always been a place to connect, learn, and share experiences. And now, with the introduction of memberships, we're taking that connection to a whole new level. Why become a channel member? By becoming a channel member, you'll unlock a world of exclusive perks and benefits that will enhance your experience with us. Here's a sneak peek at what you can expect. Custom badges and emojis. Stand out in our live chats and comments with unique badges and emojis that showcase your support level. Members-only content. Gain access to special behind-the-scenes content, early access to videos, and exclusive members-only videos that you won't find anywhere else. Member community. Join a tight-knit community of like-minded fans and the chance to interact with us on a more personal level. Members-only live streams. Enjoy private Q&A sessions and live events where we can chat, answer your questions, and connect in real time. Exclusive merchandise discounts. Get access to special discounts on our merchandise, available only to channel members. How to join. Becoming a member is easy. Just click the join button next to our channel's subscribe button and choose the membership tier that suits you best. Your support helps us create more amazing content, improve our production quality, and engage with you on a deeper level. We genuinely appreciate each and every one of you for making this journey so special. Thank you. We can't express enough how grateful we are for your continued support. You've been with us every step of the way, and we're excited to embark on this new chapter together. We can't wait to connect with you more, share our passion, and create an even more awesome community. So, if you're as excited as we are, hit that join button and become an official member of our YouTube family today. Stay tuned for more incredible content, exclusive member perks, and unforgettable moments. Together, we'll make our channel community even stronger. Thank you for being a part of our journey. TIFU when I found a 3-carat diamond on the street and just gave it to the nearest NYPD officer. Original post. I found a 3-carat diamond on 5th Avenue today and just gave it to the nearest NYPD officer. I was walking in NYC near the Diamond District and saw an envelope fall out of someone's pocket. I went to pick it up and return it, but the original owner had slipped away. The envelope was small but thick and had a jeweler's name on it, so I opened it and there was a handwritten receipt for a 2.7-carat diamond. There were a few other papers folded up inside. Sure enough, one of them felt a bit lumpy, and I opened it to reveal a stunning loose diamond. Instead of being elated by my find, I panicked. I wanted this thing out of my possession as soon as possible. I wanted nothing to do with the consequences of which there could have been many organized crime. Getting arrested. My mind was racing all over the place. The envelope had a phone number of a local diamond business on it. I probably should have called it, but then realized I had no way of knowing if they had owned it, or maybe had sold it and it was dropped by a customer. I found 2 policemen on 47th Street and handed it over to them. They asked a few questions about how it came into my possession and I went on my way. I now feel like a schmuck for giving it to the cops on the street. They are probably keeping it for themselves. I could not keep it in good conscience, but at least I should have either called a lawyer, called the number on the envelope, or walked to the precinct to submit a finder's claim in case the owner was never found. TLDR, I just handed $40K to an NYPD officer. Before we move on, there is an update to the story. Update. Thank you everyone. The owner has been found. I took the advice of many commenters and reached out to the precinct. The officer who answered the phone knew exactly who I was and told me that the 2 cops brought back the stone. Not only that, the rightful owner came by the precinct last evening and described the stone in complete detail. A big thank you to Officers Chen and Zedunksik for your help, honesty, and work to protect our great city. As other posters mentioned, the vast majority of NYPD officers are honorable, and I am sorry to have doubted you. Most importantly, I'm glad to know this had a happy ending. Thank you to all for your help, advice, and snark. Your update to the story is heartwarming and reaffirms the idea that there are many honest and honorable people, including police officers, in the world. It's fantastic that you were able to help reunite the diamond with its rightful owner, thanks to your decision to reach out to the precinct. This outcome demonstrates that your initial concern about the NYPD officers may have been unfounded, and your faith in them has been restored. Regarding the original situation, your decision to hand over the diamond to the NYPD officers on the street was a morally sound one. It's often challenging to know what to do when you come across valuable items, and in your case, you chose to prioritize the right thing over personal gain. While the thought of possible consequences crossed your mind, your primary concern was doing the right thing, and that's commendable. In such situations, it's always a good idea to contact the authorities or follow proper procedures to ensure the rightful owner is located. However, it's not uncommon for people to act impulsively when they come across valuable items, especially when faced with the potential ethical and legal complications. Your story serves as a reminder that honesty and integrity are important virtues, and there are ways to help reunite lost items with their owners, even in large cities like New York. Now let's move on the second story. TIFU by trying to get my little brother tickets to an event. Well, I'm an idiot. I can already see the comments. So prefacing by saying this happened yesterday. I had a small procedure where I was put under anesthetic in the morning, and on the ride home, my mom brought up that my brother was still looking for tickets to a local Halloween event Fright Night at Movie World. I had seen her posting looking for them, and my still slightly loopy from anesthetic self decided to make it my mission to find him these tickets. I found someone on Facebook, but when I replied they were sold, so I turned to here. Reddit. Big mistake. I made a post in a local subreddit asking if anyone had a ticket, and received a few messages. After a lot of talking, I eventually chose someone and sent the money. And let's just say I wouldn't be posting here if I had chosen correctly. After I sent the money via paid, the person began demanding more money for them to send the tickets, which thankfully at least I wasn't stupid enough to realize that I was God. So $100 down the drain for the ticket. Well, at this point I'm honestly nearly too bitter to even say more than that I did it again. So I was still trying to find the ticket, lost another $100, and despite the second seller sending proof of ticket using a different payment service, and the person who was selling the tickets even emailing my brother a screenshot of the email, as well as agreeing to transfer the ticket to my brother's account. He has since ghosted me after that confirmation. Okay, now y'all can laugh at my stupid ass in the comments. TLDR, I got scammed. Then I got scammed again. I'm really sorry to hear about your unfortunate experience, but I think it's essential to share your story as a cautionary tale for others. Scammers prey on people's goodwill and willingness to help, and your situation is a prime example of how they can take advantage of individuals during vulnerable moments. It's understandable that you wanted to help your little brother and find those event tickets, especially in your post-anesthetic state. The scammers can be very convincing, and they use various tactics to manipulate people into sending money. Your willingness to admit your mistake and share your story on Reddit is a responsible way to raise awareness about these scams. By tagging the scammer, you're also attempting to hold them accountable, although it can be challenging to pursue legal action against online scammers. It's important to remember that scams happen to the best of us, and it's not a reflection of your intelligence. Scammers are often quite skilled at what they do. In the future, it's a good practice to double-check the credibility of sellers, especially when dealing with transactions on the internet. Look for reviews, use secure payment methods, and trust your instincts. Hopefully, your experience can help others avoid falling into similar traps. Now let's move on to the third story. TIFU by getting blackout drunk. I'm typing this story as I'm hiding in my room because my anxiety is eating me alive. I live in a dorm, and last night I went out with my flatmates and some friends to a club. This club's main selling point is dirt cheap drinks and jam-packed dance floors. My first mistake was thinking that one pizza was enough food to eat all day before drinking. My second mistake was pouring 2 strong vodka cokes before I left my flat. My third mistake was getting 4 shots as soon as I got there, 2 extra shots straight after, going for a wee and having one last shot for good measure. It's safe to say that the night had just begun and I was already a mess. All night I would just go to the bar, get a drink, and then come back to where everyone was standing, down the drink and go back for more. I don't even know why I did this. It was so incredibly stupid. I could barely stand up, and this club was shoulder to shoulder full, and I was being bounced around all over the place. I fell down 3 times in a row, and people had to pick me back up. Towards the end of the night I had to run to the toilet because I started crying. Like, why did I do this to myself? The reason I started crying was so incredibly dumb as well. Like, I just hope to God no one saw, because no one has mentioned it. When I got back to where everyone was stood for the last time, no one was there. I looked around the club for like 30 minutes to no avail. This is when I get the bright idea to just text them to find out they left. This is the part I'm really not proud of. I rang them up and started being really mean to all of them, but they didn't even deserve it. I was such a liability all night, and they all probably just thought I went home or got kicked out. I was so drunk that I don't even remember how I got home. The walk home was so strange though, as I found a massive cut on my lip and now I've got a swollen face, so I must have face planted somewhere. It was just a bunch of bad decisions that I made over and over again, and now I can't bring myself to leave my bed and talk to everyone. I've already apologized to everyone and am not gonna go out drinking for a while, or until I can learn to control myself. TLDR, I got way too drunk and completely embarrassed myself, and now I'm too ashamed to leave my bed. It's clear that you had a rough night and made a series of regrettable decisions that led to an embarrassing and uncomfortable experience. Many of us have had similar moments in our lives, so you're not alone in that regard. It's important to remember that everyone makes mistakes, especially when it comes to alcohol. The most crucial part now is to learn from this experience and take steps to avoid repeating it. First and foremost, taking responsibility for your actions and apologizing to your friends is a positive step. They likely understand that it was a result of excessive drinking, and they might appreciate your honesty and remorse. It's also a good idea to have an open and honest conversation with your friends about what happened and how you can prevent such situations in the future. It's worth reflecting on your drinking habits and whether they might need adjustment. Drinking on an empty stomach, excessive shots, and binge drinking can be dangerous and can lead to situations like the one you described. Consider setting some limits for yourself or even taking a break from alcohol for a while to ensure that you can control your drinking more effectively in the future. Remember, one night does not define who you are, and this experience can serve as a valuable lesson. Don't be too hard on yourself. Instead, focus on self-improvement and responsible choices moving forward. Now for the fourth and last story. TIFU, by misjudging my car's turning circle. I'm looking after my friend's house while they're away, and they gave me permission to use their garage for the duration of their absence. I get to their house, go to turn into the garage. I start thinking, this garage is a bit small, so I go to turn it out and all I hear is this blood-curdling screech followed by a clunk. I get out. It's got a strip of garage paint scratched into it and is jammed. The car is jammed against the door trim of the garage. I try to drive it forward. It won't budge. At one stage, I get out of the car, look, and try to push it off the wall. My car is not going anywhere. Eventually, I had to brute force it out. Once out, I drove it around the block and parked next to the property instead. Afterwards, I checked my car again. There's garage paint from end to end. I go to the wall. There's a chunk of taken wood missing from the frame and wood chips everywhere. Now I'm pile of anxiety trying to work up the nerve to tell my friend exactly what happened. TLDR, a chunk of wall is missing. My car is now shades of a different color and I'm never parking in a garage again. It's understandable that you're feeling anxious about this situation, but the best course of action is to be honest with your friend. Here's some advice on how to handle the situation. Take responsibility. Acknowledge that you made a mistake and damaged your friend's garage. It's important to own up to your actions and not make excuses. Document the damage. Take clear photos of the damage to your friend's garage and your car. This will help provide a visual representation of what happened. Offer to make amends. Depending on the extent of the damage, you should be prepared to offer to cover the repair costs. If it's a minor scratch, it might not be too expensive, but if there's significant damage to the garage, it could be a costly repair. Communicate with your friend. Contact your friend as soon as possible to explain what happened. Be honest and apologetic, and express your willingness to rectify the situation. It's better that they hear the news from you rather than discovering it later. Be proactive about repairs. If your friend wants you to handle the repairs, make arrangements to have the garage fixed by a professional. If it's a simple cosmetic issue, you may choose to get a few repair quotes to present to your friend. Learn from the experience. While this situation is stressful, it's also an opportunity to learn from your mistake. In the future, be more cautious when maneuvering your car in tight spaces, and perhaps avoid parking in garages that you're not familiar with. Give your friend time. Understand that your friend might be upset, and they may need some time to process the situation. Be patient and understanding of their reaction. Mistakes happen to everyone, and your friend may appreciate your honesty and willingness to make things right. It's important to handle the situation responsibly and maturely, and over time, the anxiety about this incident should subside.
If you like the story, hit the like and don't forget to subscribe the channel, and thanks for watching.